What's up everybody, Panick23 here, coming at you with another video, this time featuring some Retro Cup battles, featuring some fellow content creators. Now, if you don't know what the Retro Cup is, the Retro Cup is starting this week in GBL, going from May 10th to May 17th in the Great League, so going to be running at the same time as Master League. So if you prefer Great League, this is going to be the specialty cup for you. In this cup, the bans will be Dark types, Fairy types, and Steel types. So you're going to see things such as Altaria, XL Lickitung, Frostlass, Cresselia rise to the top of the meta without the likes of Charm and Dark Pokemon and those heavy tanks like Bastiodon. Now, let's take a look at the rankings on PvPoke. Coming at the top of the meta is XL level 50 Lickitung. So if you have one of these, you're going to be at a great advantage. Now, there are not a lot of fighters that are going to be able to handle the top of the meta because you're going to have Altaria, you're going to have Frostlass, you're going to have Cresselia running around. So this Lickitung is just going to be doing some crazy amount of damage. You got things like Regirock, Hypno, Abomasnow, XL Chansey if you've got it, Defense Deoxys if you have it, Altaria, Shadow Abomasnow, Snowy Castform. These are all going to be some great options. Now, without further ado, let's jump into some of these battles. I'm going to be playing some fellow content creators. Their links will be down in the description below, so go ahead and give them a follow on YouTube and Twitch. Awesome battlers, awesome content creators. I'm going to be showing like 1 or 2 battles from each content creator I scrimmed. Going to be going through about 9 battles here, so it should be a lot of fun. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these battles. We have an XL Lickitung into Regirock. Now this is a team I designed. It's the top 3 on PvPoke. Cresselia and Frostlass going to be great save switch options. Regirock rocking the Stone Edge, Focus Blast. I don't want to eat a Focus Blast, so I'm going to shield up. Protect the Lickitung, it is very valuable. In Overfarm, my opponent makes a nice switch into Defense Deoxys, and I make a little mistake here. I should not throw a Body Slam. So then I slow the game down, swap into Frostlass, because Frostlass can still one-shot the Defense Deoxys. I'm farming up. I'm going to take a charge move here before I reach my Shadow Ball. He's got enough for the Thunderbolt, and because he threw Thunderbolt, I'm assuming no Rock Slide, so I'm just going to throw the Avalanche here to potentially KO. He could shield and throw the Psycho Boost at me, which would potentially burn my last shield. So yep, this looks like what Rise is going to do. He's going to throw the move. This is probably a Psycho Boost. I decide to shield. Keep the Frostlass alive since I do have a lot of energy. I'm going to overfarm. Try not to let him get to another Psycho Boost, and counter sneaks in, so not great. So Rise could potentially take Switch if he wanted to. Lets it go, take shield advantage. See if the Regirock comes back out. He's got a Frostlass in the back. Frostlass with his shield is going to be super dangerous. I'm just going to go ahead and draw the shield here. I could bait, but if he called it, it'd be crazy. So I'm going to swap into my Lickitung. He's going to throw the Avalanche at me. And these licks are super effective. I'm going to go for the Power Whip before he gets to another Avalanche. Body Slam would be resisted. Power Whip going to be doing a decent chunk. Going to put the Frostlass down low. Banks a move, swaps into the Regirock. I'm going to farm up to the Power Whip because Body Slam doesn't really help me at this range. Just going to KO the Lickitung. I'm going to give myself an opportunity to sack the Frostlass later. Going to Cresselia here. I know I'm going to need a Stone Edge. I'm going to look to overfarm and have a Grass Knot to throw into the Frostlass. Cresselia going to be super tanky, really spammy with Psycho Cut, charging up these fast moves very quickly. I don't want to be in Avalanche range, and I think I could potentially survive a Shadow Ball from this range too. It'd be kind of close. And I'm 1 away, 2 away from the grass knot, and I land it right before the shadow ball. And that's going to be a GG against Rise to Occasion. My other battles that I had against Rise, they crashed, but we did have some really, really great battles there. GG's to Rise. We're going to be taking on Ferrickster here. Top battler. If you don't know, he walked away with a $100 cash prize from Speediest Chiefs Go Battle League Arena. Happening Fridays at 12:30 Eastern. Those are the top battlers from each week's leaderboard in GBL. So definitely check out Speedy. This link will be down in the description. So we have Liquor versus Liquor here against Ferrickster. Gonna have my XL Lickitung against Munchlax. We're gonna be getting to the body slams at the same time. So it's all about sneaking a couple licks in here or there. Do throw the body slam first. We're just gonna be throwing our little dinky body slams. As you can see, Munchlax and XL Lickitung very tanky. Munchlax is another great option if you don't have an XL Lickitung, but I am just going to be able to outbulk, and as you can see, which is very common if you don't know this, after you throw a charge move, there is a bit of a pause occasionally, depending on your connectivity, where your opponent is able to get fast moves. So you can see each time Ferrickster's throwing a charge move, I do get a couple licks in, and every time I throw a fast move, he gets a couple licks in as well. So you have to account for that in your battles. My body slams are doing a little bit more, and I do think I'm a little bit ahead. So I decided to throw here, and then I'm going to look to quickly throw my body slam to KO. Honestly, leads are not everything in this cup. Like, if you can manage your energy properly, you can flip a lot of things with Cresselia and Frostlass in the back. I'm going to be showing a couple different teams here. Frostlass with energy is super deadly, so let's see what comes in. He brings in the Hypno, so I'm just going to let the Lickitung go. The Hypno matchup on Frostlass is not that great. On Hypno, you are going to be wanting to run Ice Punch, Shadow Ball. That is the preferred moveset. Ice Punch to hit Altaria pretty much, and then Shadow Ball to hit all the Psychics. And Ghosts. I'm going to throw the Moonblast. Hypno will be able to outspam. Now, in this spot here, it'd be very easy to bait, so I think I'm just going to save my shields for Frostlass. If it is a Shadow Ball, I'm just going to take it. It ends up being the Thunder Punch. I go for the Moonblast because I don't think Grass Knot's going to be enough to KO. I think he'd be able to farm me down or get to another punch, so I just decided to go for the KO there. I'm farming up to Grass Knot here. I get it, but CMP tie. I am just going to let... I think I shield here. I'm gonna go ahead and shield this up because I do have the Grass Knot. Gonna throw. This will be close to KOing, so it's all gonna depend what's in the back. He decides to shield, so at this point I'm swapping out, starting to get an advantage on the Frostlass. And I thought about going for the Avalanche there. I'm gonna shield this up. It is the Shadow Ball. So now the Hypno is done. I'm gonna farm up some extra. 3, and I didn't want to get hit by a Thunder Punch. I just decided to KO the Hypno, and it all depends what's in the back. I don't know if it'd be a fast move pressure Pokemon, charge move. So I go for the Avalanche here on the Whiscash. I believe this is a CMP tie, or he might have been over farming for the Cresselia in the back. Kind of 5 or 6, but I am going to reach the Avalanche and KO the Whiscash. Really great battles with Ferrickster there. I'm going to be running a team. It's kind of a weird one. It's Lapras, Frostlass, and Dusclops. So kind of like an ABB, almost like an ABA of Ice Double Ghost, but Ice Ghost, or Ice Baby, whatever you prefer. I think that Dusclops has a really niche spot in this meta with all the Psychics running around, no Dark to check it. It is very, very bulky. So I'm gonna see the Mew come in as a safe swap. Mew's another great option as a safe swap. As you're gonna have Defense Deoxys running around. I'm gonna throw the Shadow Punch. Ferrickster threw a Surf into my Dusclops. Get this shield. And at this point I don't really want to burn a shield since I have two great options to Altaria. Ends up being a Surf, and Dusclops just doesn't care. And gets to another Shadow Punch, likely gonna KO. Altaria maybe comes back in and farms me down. Oh, it's a Frostlass. So I tried to swap out. I think I go into my Lapras here. I just have to be really, really careful of a catch on the Altaria. It would just be a sacrificial swap at that point. But these Surfs are gonna chunk the Frostlass. Let's see if I decide to shield here. Two Shadow Balls will KO the Lapras. I've called a couple baits already on Ferrickster, so it's no surprise that he's going for the nukes there. I'm gonna throw the Surf, gonna draw the last shield. And at this point, I think I just let the Lapras go. Avalanche will KO, or it doesn't KO, double resisted. I swap out anyways. Swaps out into the Altaria. I'm gonna over farm a bit, keep myself healthy. The other option would be to farm up to 2 Avalanches. But I want to get that 2 shield flex. I think I try and call the Avalanche here. A little bit of mind games going on. And I'm 1 away from the Surf. I think I decide to Ice Shard down. I'm so very Jeez. Getting into the last matchup now. We've got Gallade into Frostlass. You might think I'm running Confusion here. However, I'm actually running Charm with XL Wobbuffet in the back. And Cinccino, shiny Cinccino. So Cinccino is a normal type Pokemon, learning Aqua Tail and Thunderbolt with the fast move Charm. And if you didn't know, Wobbuffet gets counter, Splash, and Charm. So I decided to throw up the Leaf Blade here into the Munchlax. Now I have the perfect option for this liquor here. It is my normal type Cinccino. Gonna swap out. You can see that these licks doing absolutely nothing, but Cinccino is super glassy. Super glassy. Check out this Body Slam and what it does to this poor little mouse. Does over half my health. I'm gonna throw the Aqua Tail. Ferrickster at this point probably realizes that it's triple charm, so he does the smart thing and shields. And he's gonna get to this Body Slam. I get really greedy here, and I think I go into Gallade to try and farm down and have a charge move for the Frostlass, because I don't want to show the Wobbuffet yet. Yeah, I should have just went into the Wobbuffet. My plan here was to bank a Leaf Blade and then switch, but my switch timer was not up yet. So now I farm down. I have a Leaf Blade stored for the Frostlass. It's probably going to come in. It doesn't come in. It is a Pelipper. Pelipper would be a really nice option as a safe swap, although you do have to worry about Altaria and those ices. That Leaf Blade does a lot, so I swap into my Wobbuffet. And this Frostlass is going to hit me with a really, really hard Shadow Ball. It's not going to be great. If you've already hit Legend, this team would be pretty fun to meme with. There are going to be a lot of Pokemon weak to Charm. Like, I do think we'll see some fighters, but not a lot. But Altaria is for sure going to be everywhere. So things like Gallade, Cinccino, if you have the Wobbuffet, could be fun picks if you want to mess around. This Pelipper just going to outspam me. I would be able to take a Weather Ball from this range. However, I definitely cannot take a Hurricane. So very, very good games there. And that's Ferrickster. Make sure you check him out on Twitch and YouTube. His link will be down in the description. We have Tz Spanx. Tz Spanx, another content creator from Mexico. Top battler here. Known for his XL Chansey, and I have that in the back of my mind. So let's see what he decides to bring. I'm going to use my first line that I really like. The Lickitung, Fence Deoxys, and Altaria. Oh, I take that back. This line was created by King of Charmanders. This team is very, very good. Has all A's on PB Poke. Shout out to King of Charmanders, another awesome content creator. He posted a really good YouTube video dissecting the meta, which I'll link down in the description. So make sure you check him out. We've got Altaria lead, which is going to be very, very common. The Dragon Breath will add up against the Lickitung. So Altaria actually wins this. So we'll see if I decide to shield. I do decide to shield. A little bit of some lag. Swaps into Electivire. Electivire is going to be a really interesting safe swap here. Shadow Electivire with no G-Fisk or Bastiodon. Shadow Electivire going to be able to hit a lot of the meta. This Electivire cannot take any charge moves, so I'm just going to throw right away into it because this thing does heavy damage and it had a lot of damage, so I knew Tz was going to cough up a shield in order to protect it. So he's over farming nicely. Throws right as I have the move, and I don't want to burn my last shield and then get farmed down. So I think what I decided to do here is swap into the Altaria, which is a mistake. I end up having to burn a shield on the Ice Punch, which would pretty much KO me. Probably should have just went into my Lickitung. I get a little bit of energy. Turns out to be a Raichu, which is not great. I think I try and catch. Nope. Throws the Wild Charge. And clears his debuff. I think swaps into Altaria here. Yeah, and I know I can farm down. I think he was trying to catch. And then I get the Moonblast because Raichu, or the Dazzling Gleam. Because the Raichu is just short of another Wild Charge. So I get the Gleam, which does KO. So GG's to Tz. Here's the XL Chansey, and I lead my Lickitung. This is not going to be good for me, and I realize I'm in trouble here. So what I do is I think I try and just farm up, eat a charge move, and then potentially swap. Try and hit something later on. Here's a Mew. Gonna go for the Moonblast. So we've got Chansey, we've got Mew as the safe swap in case it's the fighter in the lead. Mew could be rocking any move, most likely Wild Charge, Surf, or Flame Charge. Throws the Wild Charge, so we're gonna assume Surf. So I throw the Grass Knot, which would be enough to KO. Let's see if Tz wants to protect the Mew. Most likely he will want to. Gets the shield, however, I do have almost 2 body slams, so I'm not really worried about taking switch advantage here. Like, I know I can deal a lot of damage with my Frostlass. I think I come back in with my Lickitung, farm down a little bit, and then throw the body slam. In comes the Chansey. Chansey rocking Psychic and Hyper Beam, most likely. I throw the body slams. Power Whip does do more damage, but I'm going to be looking to get off more body slams here into the Chansey, and you can just see how little that does. So I think I eat a Hyper Beam here. Get beamed, as we love to see. It actually does like a decent chunk, and I'm going to swap into my Frostlass here. Try and farm up to see what he's got in the back. I'm not going to throw right away. I'm just going to keep building, then throw here. Tz most likely waiting for me to throw, and then potentially going to swap out here with a bunch of energy. You can see he swaps out. That is a visual glitch. I'm going to put some pressure on the Frostlass. The Avalanche, you'll see later, does not do that much damage. Does not. So we get the last shield here. I didn't feel like baiting there. Tz and I have scrimmed many times before, so we know how each other play. So I was okay there with burning a shield. And he just decides to go for the nuke. And I'm just going to get this Frostlass out of here. Could have overfarmed a little bit, but I'm pretty comfortable just KOing the Frostlass. I don't really need an energy advantage on the Chansey. I could just use my last 2 shields. Going to get hit with a Psychic. I can clear the debuff if I get one. You can just see how little this Avalanche is going to do. If you have an XL Chansey and an XL Wobbuffet and an XL Lickitung, you could run the infamous timeout strat. These 3 Pokemon are extremely thick in the Great League. And you can see the Avalanche, and I'm trying to KO this thing. I'm trying to race the Chansey, and I get to the Shadow Ball. Will it be enough to KO? And it's enough to KO, so really great battle there. So we're coming into our last battle here with Tz. And we are going to lead Altaria into XL Wobbuffet. Another XL Pokemon, 1145, not powered up all the way. Now he's got Lickitung. So I'm like, what the heck do I do here? Both my back Pokemon are kind of weak to the Lickitung. So I think I'm going to just stay in a little bit here. Wobbuffet running counter there. So it's best if I put the Cresselia on. So I do want to keep switch advantage. And I get the shield, which is nice. I'm kind of expecting Chansey in the back. So I do decide to cough up a shield, which we'll see if it comes back to haunt me. It looks like this Lickitung might be hitting an attack breakpoint because if I remember correctly from my Lickitung matchup, decides to double shield, so maybe a little weak to Altaria, or maybe he just wants shields down for that Chansey to Hyper Beam me. We'll see if I can beat this Lickitung to the move. I really don't want Wobbuffet on. Oh, he swaps into the Wob, and I swap into my Cresselia, which is way better. Wobbuffet knowing counter, which is resisted. Mirror Coat, which is also resisted. But return is neutral, so Tz gonna be throwing the returns. And at this point, when he swapped in the Wobbuffet, I was wondering if he was gonna try and time me out with these XL Pokemon. So let's see what he's in the back. We're gonna fast forward a little bit, just because this matchup takes forever. I'm gonna throw over farm, throw the Moonblast. Just see how little it does to this thing. Wobbuffet is extremely tanky. Another charge move coming in. And the Chansey comes in, so as expected, I do bring in my Lapras here. I'm going for the bash. And I land it. Fast forward a little bit here. Like, look at that damage on that Chansey. Lands that Hyper Beam. Does a bunch of damage. And I have to be weary of the switch now, so I'm over farming to have some energy. Here comes the Lickitung. I'm going to throw the Surf so I'm able to draw out the clock so I don't get power whipped. Because I do realize that Tz's going for the timeout strat here. So now I switch into my Altaria and I think I can farm down. So I've got one Pokemon out of the way. I have 3 low Pokemon. The timer is coming up. It's at 17 seconds. He's trying to draw the clock out. He does need to KO one of my Pokemon. I do throw the Sky Attack to burn some more of the time. And we'll see if this Chansey could get to a move at the last second. Does not, so 3 Pokemon to 2. Panic gets the victory there. GG's to Tz. The Biebs bro at twitch.tv. Make sure you drop him a follow. So we've got some really sweaty battles here. I'm going to lead Frostlass into Abomasnow. I've got Lantern and Altaria in the back. Now with Abomasnow, I was like, okay, maybe he's running Blizzard. But no, I go into the wrong Pokemon. I could have went into Altaria. I go into the Lantern, which really stinks. It's just one of those mind game things. Like, are you gonna get baited? Are they gonna go for the nuke? Do they have Blizzard? Do they have the EQ? So this from here, the Polito is gonna outpace me with Weather Balls. So I'm just gonna end up shielding, letting it go. I see the EQ, so I go into my Altaria and I'm gonna look to farm all the way down. I could have some energy on the Abomasnow. This could be triple Weather Ball team, another great option. I do think Altaria is gonna be everywhere. Brings in the Altaria and I swap into my Frostlass. I could have potentially stayed in with the Altaria and maybe just come out of that with energy. So I'm gonna over farm here on the Frostlass. I'm gonna throw into the Altaria, which will KO. It probably brings in the Politoed to spam me with some Weather Balls. Politoed's still very thick in Great League, even thicker in the Ultra League if you've been messing around with it. I go for the Avalanche, thinking it'll be enough to KO, but boy, am I wrong. Oh, no, I'm correct. So it brings back in the Abomasnow. Can I get to the Avalanche? I'm just gonna get farmed down all the way. I do have some residual energy on the Altaria. Lets it go, which is a really nice play because he knows I have the Sky Attack. I was really hoping for a shield, but Bieb's too smart for that. And just gonna throw the back-to-back weather balls. Really nicely played there by Biebs. Losing the lead, able to flip that with that EQ and the Polytoad. I'm gonna run the Lickitung, Defense Deoxys, and Altaria, which has a really good rating on PvPoke. I don't think that I won with this team. Actually, it looks like I beat TZ with it. But I did some other scrims that didn't quite make the cut, and this team just felt like it was underperforming. I would say that Defense Deoxys didn't seem that good. I think I got it matched up against like a Cress and Frostlass. So maybe you could look for a potential replacement. I do think Frostlass is very, very good. I think Cresselia is very, very good. Gonna be trying out a bunch of teams this week, so make sure you tune into my streams to see how the Retro Cup is going. Altaria gonna be able to take the zeros. Swaps in the Vigoroth, so I bring in my Deoxys. Now the Vigoroth gonna be super spammy. I'm gonna fast forward the video a little bit. I've got the Psycho Boost and Thunderbolt. I'm gonna throw the T-Bolt here, which will likely get shielded. Could have gone back-to-back Psycho Boost most likely. I'm just gonna let the DD go down from here. Bring back in the Altaria to try and farm down, but Vigoroth too spammy. Gonna get off another Body Slam, and I'm afraid of an Ice-type Pokemon in the back. Looks to be a Dugong. It's not great for my Altaria. Not much I could do at this point. Try and catch a move or sack. Just not looking good. This Dugong gonna rake some havoc. And just gonna be able to farm me down. So very good games to all my opponents. Thank you to the fellow content creators for being available and showcasing some of the teams that you can use in Retro Cup. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Follow the fellow content creators whose links will be down in the description. Big shout out to Boygos for the edit. And good luck with GBL this week. If you need any help, I'm available for coaching sessions. I helped 2 players this week hit Legend for the very first time. So don't be afraid to reach out, get some more information. I'd be happy to help you. Thank you so much and good luck in your battles. Take it easy. Peace.